Um, Today we are from group 20, going to presentation, give a presentation about the mini project. Yes. So we starting off with clear, which is introducing us what the introduction of the project.
I'm going to do the introduction of our project. In the dynamic landscape of higher education, universities are the forefront of driving knowledge and fostering innovation. To maintain excellence, efficient management of academic and technical resources is paramount. Our project focuses on developing comprehensive database system that captures detailed information about university lecturers and technicians. By gathering and normalizing data through structured interviews and careful observation of their work environments, we aim to create a robust repository that enhances information retrieval and resource management. The central goal of this initiative is to construct an efficient database that accurately mirrors the professional and environmental aspects of university staff. Through meticulous data normalization and the creation of detailed integration diagrams, we ensure data integrate and minimize redundancy. This methodical approach not only supports the scalability and efficiency of the database, but also facilitates various administrative and academic functions. The insights derived from our data analysis will be pivotal in making informed strategic decisions. Ultimately, contributing to the enhancement of the educational environment and resource allocation. That's all, and I will pass to next person.
Thank you, Abdinor. My name is Amir Hafiz. I will present about problem statement and objective. Okay, for our current problem that we faces is disorganized data management, ineffective resource allocation practice, and limited accessibility to crucial information. For our objective, the first objective is set up a data management system by establish a robust system for managing data effectively. This involves organizing data in structured manner. Secondly, introduce resource allocation method by implementing effective strategy for allocating resources such as budget, manpower, and materials. Lastly, improve accessibility and decision-making process by enhance accessibility to information critical for decision-making across the organization. I will pass to the next person. Thank you.
Thank you, Amirul. My name is Tizi. I'm the representative of the we're going to the scope section. So what is a scope? So usually the scope do not target the modules. So target user the target user is the favorite user to the database system, which is the university administrator, academic staff, and personnel. It might be have secondary user, which is may include the researchers of and or a student, which is needing a specific information of the academic purposes. Meanwhile, for the modules user management facilitates user authentication and authorization to ensure access to sensitive data is restricted to authorized personnel. And meanwhile, for the data entry and maintenance enables the input dating information related to lecturers, technicians, and their specific working environment. This is for the modules. Resource allocation is to manage education, lecture roles, including and is the support staff based on the collected. So we move to the ERD. As you can see from the ERD, you can see there's a tables, tables, left tables, right tables, fit tables, hobby tables. Academic labels, specialty labels, technicians, and subject labels. So we do have the link, or you can creation of creativity. So we can will represent each of the tables, which is one lecturer can specialize in many subjects, is one to many optional, and one lecturer can give only feedback is also one to many optional. And the third is the one lecturer can have many hobbies, and it is also one to many optional. One lecturer can access the academic, it is one to one with the three. One technician can have techniques. So this is what one to one mandatory. One technician can give many feedback. This also one is one to many optional. And the one technician can have many hobbies. One to many is it is optional. So what the room? One room can be assigned to many technician. It is one to many optional. Many hobbies tools, which is the one room it is one to one and the connectivity is weak. Thank you. Giving to the next person.
Thank you, Isaac, for the explanation on the scope and ERD. So my name is Mohammed Raizat. I'll be explaining about the SQL, which is Structured Query Language, Data Definition Language, or short for DDL. So in this section, we have two tables that we chose to be an example for the presentation. First, we have the create table lecturer, which has five attributes: lecturer ID, name, gender, position, and hobbies ID. For lecturer ID, we have varchar 50 on the side, which means that it can accept any data, including numbers and letters, up to 50 size. So you can put, for example, L underscore 01. Yeah, that is the lecture ID. It is also not null, which means if you want to input data into the lecturer table, the lecturer ID cannot be empty. It has to have value. Same goes for the name, gender. Gender has char1, which means it can accept any letter or number, only one. So for gender, we the range is M or F for male and female. And then you have position, this is the same thing. And then you have hobbies ID. Hobbies ID in this table can be null because not all lecturers has a hobby, as it is optional. So we chose the primary key for is lecturer ID for the lecturer because lecturer ID is unique compared to the other attributes. For example, if lecturer 1 and lecturer 2 has the same name, it cannot be the primary key because the data will be redundant. And then we have the hobbies ID, which is the foreign key, which means that the original data for hobbies ID or the attribute is from the another table called hobby, which is referenced in the foreign key statement. And then below it, you can see the table created if you were to input all this into SQL, Oracle, Apex. So you can see the table lecture is created with the columns, lecture ID, name, gender, position, and hobbies ID with the data types and the length. Moving on to the create table hobby, we have the hobbies ID and hobbies. So the primary key is hobbies ID, pretty simple for the hobby table. So you can also see the table created here, which is hobby and hobbies ID with the length and data type of varchar2 and length of 50. Okay, that is all. Moving to data manipulation language.
Thank you, Razak. Okay, my name is Muhammad Aziz. I am going to explain about data manipulation language. For the first query, select from lecturer. You can select the attributes from the table. For example, all the attributes from lecturer table represent lecturer ID, gender name, and position as you can see in the poster. DML is written by updating the data in the table. For the second query, the SQL query perform an inner join between the technician table and the room table. It matches rows where the tag ID in the technician table is equal to the tag ID in the room table. The query then select the tag name, tag position, and room name columns from the resulting join table. In the SQL that has been created, we use DML to insert, select, and also join the table with other table. Eventually, the select from table queries retrieve all data from the lecturer table, and the join query between technician and room retrieve specific columns such as tag name, tag position, room name based on matching tag ID. Across both tables, this join allows us to see which technicians are assigned to which rooms. Thank you.
That's all from us. Unity 24 and 23 signing out. Thank you. See you.